Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and kids. This is the man in the black mask, and he's here to read you an article from the night before. This was January 30th, 2023 at 9:01 p.m. And this today is February 2nd, but it's still fresh, okay? And this is Tyre Nichols week, since he is dead, of course. So I didn't do nothing wrong. I hope not. Anyway, you won't believe this. The Memphis Fire Department fires 3 following Tyre Nichols' death. So this was a clear-cut case of neglect. Yes, Tyre Nichols was neglected. And it turns out that in addition to the 5 black cops, a 6th was white. And there was an unnamed 7th who was involved in Tyre Nichols' murder too. But Nichols didn't die until the 10th. This was January 7th. So yeah, a lot more stuff is going to come out relating to this case. So be on the lookout. And don't say the man in the black mask did not warn you when he specifically did, by all accounts. Okay, enough said. Let's get to the article from the Post. 3 members of the Memphis, Tennessee Fire Department were fired on Monday after an investigation into the death of Tyre Nichols revealed they failed to conduct an adequate patient assessment on the victim, according to the fire chief. And this is a big-ass lawsuit right here. Tyre Nichols' family can file a wrongful death suit against the Memphis Fire Department. I just hope they can file the case because you never know. But this is a lawsuit. I also hope they sue the Memphis Police Department for the murder of Tyre Nichols. So, yeah, beware. The announcement comes days after 5 former police department officers, Desmond Mills, Justin Smith, Emmett Martin, Tadarius Bean, and Demetrius Haley, were charged in the death of Nichols. All 5 officers were terminated on January 18th and now face charges of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, official oppression, aggravated kidnapping, and official misconduct. Memphis authorities released 4 videos of the incident on the night of January 7th when police conducted a traffic stop on 29-year-old Tyre Nichols. The traffic stop started shortly after 8 p.m., and the body cam footage released last week shows officers approaching Nichols and ordering him out of the car while using profanities. By 8:24 p.m., multiple officers are seen forcibly grabbing Nichols to comply with requests, leading him to the point out that the officers were acting out of line. The footage showed the violent encounter between the 5 officers and Nichols, who spent 3 days in the hospital before succumbing to his injuries. The fire department was dispatched to the scene at about 8:30 p.m. and to respond to a person who was pepper sprayed, and that was the subject, Tyre Nichols. EMT Robert Long and Jamichael Sandridge arrived at the scene where Nichols was seen handcuffed to the ground and leaning against the police officer. Lieutenant Michelle Whitaker, who drove the fire engine to the scene, remained in the vehicle. Asshole. Why the hell didn't she get out at the same time? Why the hell did she just sit there and just let it ride as if nothing was going on? There was a lot going on. Our investigation has concluded that the 2 EMTs responded based on the initial nature of the call, person pepper sprayed, and information they were told on the scene, and failed to conduct an adequate patient assessment of Mr. Nichols. Fire Chief Gina Sweat said in a statement. After their initial interaction with Mr. Nichols, they requested an ambulance to respond. I also heard rumors that they waited 30 minutes to finally render aid to Tyre Nichols. That's just a rumor, but it's yet to be confirmed. But more stuff is going to come out, so beware. Sweat added that when the ambulance arrived nearly 15 minutes after the fire truck arrived, the emergency personnel initiated patient care and transported Nichols to St. Francis Hospital. The investigation, according to the chief, found Long, Sandridge, and Whitaker violated numerous department policies and protocols, and as a result, they were fired. Their actions or inactions on the scene that night do not meet the expectations of the Memphis Fire Department and are not reflective of the outstanding service the men and women of the Memphis Fire Department provide daily in our community, Sweat said. Yeah, they fucked up, man. And trust me, a lot more is going to come out of this too. So again, listen, like I said at the start and like I said at the end, Tyre Nichols was given no, yeah. Tyre Nichols was given the death sentence for fleeing a traffic stop. Okay, and the law states you cannot use deadly force against a fleeing felon if that fleeing felon does not have a weapon on his or her person. He was totally unarmed and he did not pose a threat. All he was trying to do was escape. And what do these motherfucking assholes do? Yes, they fucking killed him. They beat his ass to death like a dog, and then they just fucking left him there for a few minutes. They did a whole bunch of shit when I saw the video. I saw the video twice, once on CNN and again on YouTube. And I could not believe it. That a man was murdered before our very eyes. This is like the worst cases of black on black racism that I've ever encountered. Now, I have a question for y'all, okay? And you can reply under the screen if any of you watched this video. Did y'all ever see Boys in the Hood? Do you remember the scene with Cuba Gooding Jr.? You know what I'm saying? This black cop, right, pulled him over. And Ricky, I think it was. Yeah, it was Ricky, played by Morris Chestnut. And Trey, Cuba Gooding Jr. Okay? Yeah. Ricky and Trey were in the car, and they were pulled over, and there was two cops. One was this hulking black guy. And when Trey told the cop, I ain't doing nothing, then that's when this big black cop pulled out his gat and stuck it under Trey's chin. And he says something to the extent, hate you little young black motherfuckers. You know, something to that extent, yeah. And then Trey, he went home to his girl crying. And he flew into a rage too, just punching at the air, punching at the sky. And Brandy, played by Nia Long, comforted him. So yeah, that tells you right there that Trey experienced black on black racism, just like Tyre Nichols after him. I'm sure a lot of you probably remember Boys in the Hood. And a lot of you are probably going to want to watch Boys in the Hood again after you hear this video. And I got to tell you, Boys in the Hood was a very good movie. You know, John Singleton, God rest his soul, he did a very good job on the film and showed us how racism affects us as a whole. You know, and that Tyre Nichols video, that taught us more. That even a black person can be just as racist as a white person. And what was more baffling was that the 6th or 7th cop, whoever the fuck he is, he was white. He said, I hope they stomp the shit out of his ass. Something to that extent. But like I said, there will be more suspects on the way too. Because it was clear that Tyre Nichols was abused. And as a result of that abuse, he died. To make matters worse, the fucking EMT members that were fired, they contributed to that neglect. They waited a few more minutes before rendering first aid. Had they acted much sooner, maybe, just maybe, Tyre Nichols would still be alive. Do y'all not agree? I agree more. I agree that Tyre was killed for nothing. Okay? I'm sure a lot of you also agree with me about the fact that Tyre Nichols was executed. Okay? Fleeing a traffic stop alone does not justify the use of deadly force. It just don't. On no account. So, rest in peace, Tyre Nichols. Thank you, Kamala Harris, for speaking out at the funeral. Thank you. And thank you, Joe Biden, for supporting Tyre Nichols and his family and his black community as a whole. Thank you, Mr. Biden. We love you. So anyway, thank you for listening to The Man in the Black Mask. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and tell me what you think about this latest incident about the 3 fire members that were fired for simply not doing their job and basically contributing to Tyre's death. So, Tyre Nichols and your family, I support y'all. Thank you for standing up to the late Tyre Nichols. because he did not deserve to be killed like that. And I hope y'all sue both the police and fire departments for their overall treatment of your late son, brother, cousin, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he did not deserve that. That could have been any of us. That could have been me. That could have been any of you. That could have been your son or your daughter or your grandson or your granddaughter, regardless of if they were black or white. I had a negative experience with the police, so this is very personal to me. I had a first encounter with the police when I was like 10 or 11 years old. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. And thank you for your service. And thank you for contributing to the man in the black mask. And continue watching his videos and continue commenting. Good night and good luck to you all. Peace.